Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this Thursday stream. What a day, chat. What a day. Bitcoin's up 13%, a double digit gainer on today. And I was trying to look back in time on this chart for the last time that Bitcoin had a double digit candle close. And I cannot find it because we were down double digits on Monday, but we closed on a 7% drop, so not a double digit close. Quite the reversal, man. On the past 10 days, BTC went from 70K all the way down to 49K, and now back at 62K, chat. So if that's not a reason to get hyped, I don't know what it is. Still looking for that double digit gainer here on Bitcoin, or at least a double digit candle close, maybe here to the downside. Almost. I'm gonna have to get granular here to see if it was actually this candle. No, maybe the next one. Yeah, so since November 9, since the FTX explosion, that we haven't had a double digit candle close on BTC. Sadly, on that day, it was to the downside, but I couldn't find any other candle. Maybe this one. No, 9%. So I checked these candles also. We didn't have any double digit candle close on BTC since the FTX implosion, chat. Maybe this one. No, not even. My God, so quite the day, up 13%. You would have thought that this one maybe was a double digit close, but I think it was a 9%. Okay, so this one, my bad. So since October 23rd of last year, not the COVID implosion. So basically since the breakout was the last time that you had a double digit candle close, which will happen in 36 more minutes. BTC going for the highest daily candle close since August 1st and getting back above the daily 200 moving average, going for a bullish engulfing candle, losing negative momentum pretty fast today. Look at that drop on the MACD histogram. So quite the day, chat. A lot of coins are up double digits as well, with the exception of, for example, Ripple, which was up double digits yesterday. So today it's holding to its gains, and it's leaving the bearish control zone on the RSI, going to the 50-point level, which is neutral, leaving behind any worrying alerts or any worrying scenarios for sellers being on control on the oscillators on BTC with this close. So pretty spectacular, engulfing like 5 candles at once. And you can see here this descending channel, how it's been respected, chat. Range traders must have been making a killing for the past like 6 months, because this channel, we got inside of it on February 29, and it's been 161 days, chat, of price action confined within this downsloping channel. So you have to ask and wonder yourself, when will resolution come, and where it's going to be. And by the looks of it, apparently it's going to be to the upside. I'm sure a lot of people got liquidated on this wick here. A lot of people sold, got scared, or the risk their positions and went into safer coins, and now the market is just mean reverting to the upside with quite a candle, man. Quite a candle. It's been how many days? So 290 days since we had the double digit candle close on BTC. So hype in the chat for that. I also want to show you guys something on the weekly time frame, although it'll close on Sunday. But look what's going on here, chat. I'm gonna go for a naked chart so you can see it better. Going to the weekly time frame. Look at this weekly chat. Look at this bullish hammer here. Amazing. If that's not a structure that you would like to see, I don't know what it is then. And what I wanted to show you guys is look at this Bollinger Band squeeze going on here, and the Bollinger Bands are getting tighter and tighter. So volatility has been compressing on BTC on the weekly since July 8th, and there hasn't been many times where you had such compression on the weekly time frame on BTC. You'll see here on September of last year something similar happened. Look at the spectacular rally that we had afterwards, after that compression. And I think also here in 2020 you had somewhat of a large compression on BTC weekly, and look what happened, chat. So I think this is a very good telling sign of what might be next. Man, it's hard to not be excited on a day like this, chat. You're just receiving super good signals, and I think we talked about this on stream too. When we first look at this compression, we said like sometimes Bollinger Bands, when they start compressing, sometimes they will go to the opposite side of the breakout and test the lower band or the upper band on another case. And when they get that failed breakout, they keep compressing, and that's when you have the real breakout to the upside after that fake out to the downside on this case. So this is really, really bullish, chat, on the weekly time frame. There's still 3 more days to go for this close, but as long as you close green and above this upper band, above 57K, I think you're in glorious territory for being bullish for the very next months, or basically being bullish here until the end of the year. Yeah, impressive, chat. I'm just impressed by today's price action on BTC. Quite the strength. Just at 62K. So yeah, my God, chat. Look how they run it today. You had this somewhat bearish pin bar yesterday, a small bearish pin bar, and they just turbo bitted it today. Ethereum's up 14%. Bitcoin dominance is up almost 1%, also melting up. The impeccable performance out of this inverse head and shoulders, almost no pullbacks. It's overbought on the RSI. It's at the 73 point level. I'm building again strong positive momentum on the MACD. So this is a 3-day time frame chart, like we talked about it yesterday on yesterday's stream. So if you want to see a pullback on Bitcoin dominance, I think you'll need to see weaker and weaker positive momentum here, which is becoming stronger and stronger. So this might take some time, chat, and it makes sense if you look at past BTC cycles. If you get a breakout on BTC on a weekly time frame and you have Bitcoin running into price discovery, usually it's gonna suck up all of the altcoin liquidity and gonna outperform most of the altcoins. I'm not saying they're not going to be altcoins that will outperform BTC, because there will, but on the first rally, it's going to outperform most of the altcoins. Most likely it's going to continue to print strong positive momentum here on the MACD histogram. And when you see this becoming weaker and weaker, this positive Momo, that's when probably you could speculate about this move being over. This inverse head and shoulders on the 3-day here is pretty real. We identified it live on stream. Actually, I made 2 videos about it, had the breakout. So you'll need to keep an eye here on the momentum, on the histogram, and the MACD to know when we're losing negative Momo on the 3-day, and when maybe we could speculate on a relief for the altcoins outperforming BTC. But I think if we get that breakout, I think Bitcoin dominance is just going to continue to gain strength until BTC it's like at a strong enough level for market participants to be comfortable enough on bidding more altcoins rather than BTC. It's usually when you're way high in price discovery. On the previous cycle, I think it was like when BTC reached 27K to 30K. It's when we had that Bitcoin dominance rollover, and not before. So that was like a 50% above the previous all-time high. So in this case, it would be at around 80 to 90K if we were to apply the same metric. But I think that anything above 80 to 85K, then market's gonna be confident enough to think that this is not a deviation, and that the real bull market is here, and they'll begin to bid altcoins more instead of Bitcoin. It's what I think. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the histogram here to see when we get that rollover. But on the daily time frame, Bitcoin dominance is going for the highest daily candle close, chat, since April 4 of 2021. So quite the highs on, man. Quite the bullish Marubasu candle here, about to be printed in 28 more minutes on Bitcoin dominance, chat. And the crazy thing about this is that you have a Bitcoin dominance rally and an ETH BTC reversal. So that's kind of unique, because when you usually get a 1% candle on Bitcoin dominance, you usually get a pullback or a downtrend on ETH BTC, and on today both of them are rallying. Excuse me, there's like a siren going on in the background. Must have been a car crash. Damn, that's pretty loud. Hope you're not hearing it. So that's Bitcoin dominance, pretty based, breaking this structure here. This resistance at 57.2% level, which is a very strong inflection point from 2020 and 2019. You'll see how it was respected as support and as resistance in the past. And now you're getting that candle close above it, which implies a strength. So if I had to combine FA with TA on Bitcoin dominance, I would look for Bitcoin to be well above price discovery, and I would look on the 3-day, more particularly here on the histogram, and start looking for lower green positive momentum bars in order to maybe speculate on a pullback for Bitcoin dominance, and maybe that being the performance for this inverse head and shoulders, because this could last a while, Chad. You don't even know how long this is gonna take to revert into negative momentum, because as of now this is impulsing out of a reversal pattern here on the negative momentum. So you're just gonna have to be patient on that setup playing out. Okay. I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin against the SPX. It's up 9.7%, going for a bullish engulfing candle, getting above the hard line here on this descending channel that's been going on for a while. Okay, this is the 3-day, but anyway, getting above the hard line, just tapping the 200 daily moving average, almost tapping the daily 200 moving average a few minutes ago, but quite the strength. You do have an edge here. You have a hidden bullish divergence on the MACD histogram here, where you have a lower low and a higher low in price. You have a lower low in the momentum, so you have sellers stepping in, trying to sell off this asset, and all they could do was just another higher low regarding the low from July 8. So that could imply a bullish continuation on Bitcoin against the SPX. And I'm gonna take a look at the weekly too, because I'm a little bit curious. Okay, so you have that bullish pin bar also, pretty similar to the one on the USD chart, but I want to turn on the Bollinger Bands here, see what they're saying. All right, so you have also a Bollinger Band squeeze, and you have a bullish signal here, a buy signal. This is a custom-made indicator that I trade on lower time frames. I don't use it on the weekly, but on this case, it's giving you a selling, um, I mean a buying signal there, because you recovered the Bollinger Band. So you're also squeezing, you're compressing volatility on the weekly time frame, and I think that if we get that breakout on the USD pair, you're also going to break out on the SPX pair, and hopefully on this time around actually run all the way into this hard resistance and ultimately into price discovery on BTC against the SPX. So we should get a Bitcoin outperformance out of the stock market and the SPX in the following months if this actually plays out, which I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to it. So man, double digit gainer candle close about to be confirmed in 23 more minutes. Something that hasn't happened since October 23rd, chat. Since 200 days plus that you have not seen double digit candle close on BTC. Not even to the downside too. So that's pretty wild. All right, let's go to big elephant in the room today. Ethereum, it's up 14.5%, going for a bullish engulfing candle and recovering the 2,500 level here. Very real level from the previous cycle. You'll see here how it was regarded, both as support and as resistance. So you're back above that level, and you don't have much price action all the way up to 3K now. This is up and down territory from 2,500 bucks all the way up to 3K. It's pretty much up and down territory. You either go up or down pretty rapidly. So we'll talk about ETH BTC and Sol ETH in a minute. It's I think Ethereum is building some interesting developments today with this 14% candle. So pretty baller. We talked about being deeply oversold yesterday on here in the RSI. You were at around the 20 point level on the RSI, and you're just leaving that area on just one candle, chat. You're currently sitting on the 38 point level, so you're still on the bearish control zone here on the oscillator. But as long as you surpass 40 point level, as long as you go above 40, you will be on neutral level, and you would have left behind this bearish control zone on this oscillator for the RSI. And look at this. Look at the MACD histogram. Also losing negative momentum, and quite significantly. Look at this drop, chat here. So yeah, bulls definitely made a statement today. I don't know if this was driven by spot buys or ETF buys or whatever, but we actually pumped on New York Stock Exchange session, which is something to be looking forward to, because on the last few months you would just, I don't know, you would pump on the Asian session and then give it all back on the Wall Street session, and we actually pumped today while Wall Street was open. So I think that's a really good signal for the bulls and for crypto in general. So Ethereum looks worse than BTC right now because it's below critical inflection points here from history and below the daily 200 moving average. BTC is actually like right here, right against the 200. So you can see the difference here on Ethereum against BTC. But you are above a critical inflection point, and you're on a spot, you know, that's pretty inefficient for price action. So it might take just little time to recover 3K, and from then 3K 500, and if you get back above 3,500 bucks, you know that the next logical level, not only psychological but technical too, it's 4K and price discovery. Hey Vince, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate by the way, appreciate everyone, you guys taking time to be here with me, take a look at the charts. So shout out to the RB Discord, to TIC Discord, the Inner Circle, and all my homies that have been supporting. So shout out to you, Benz. And when Lambo, I think that I think we have a presidential debate on September between Trump and Harris, and I think we might rally into it and possibly rally out of it. So man, August is looking pretty bright, and I think if you are able to reach price discovery within this month or early next one, then I think just the lid is gonna pop off. You know, they're just gonna run a turbo, and we'll get a lot of good months on BTC. That's what I expect at least. So Ethereum going for the highest daily candle close. It's fighting with the daily candle close of August 4. So highest daily candle close as for now since August 4, leaving the bearish control zone on the oscillators and starting to diminish the negative momentum with this massive move today. I'm gonna pull up ETH BTC because I think there are some things to talk about. So ETH BTC is having the first green day since July 31st, chat. So first green day of the month on ETH BTC. It's currently up 2%. You're losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, and you don't have any kind of divergence on the histogram. You just have bearish convergence for now because you have a lower low on price and a lower low on the MACD histogram here, and you're still deeply oversold on the RSI. You're at the 26 point level on the RSI, so this is pretty similar to where ETH USD was yesterday. You know, deeply oversold, had a 14% daily candle close, and now it's at around 38, like around here on just one day. So you need to know that this is oversold, and eventually it's gonna leave this zone and hopefully go into 40 and beyond, which would be neutral for ETH BTC. But I don't have any kind of a structure to tell you guys that we could reverse from here because I don't have any kind of edge or technical data that would imply that Ethereum is gonna pump from here. But I don't know. I just like the fact that you have a green day, and the kind of maybe edge that I do have on Ethereum, it's on Sol ETH, which we will take a look at in a few more minutes. But you had a lower low here. You have a long-term downtrend here with lower lows and lower highs, and the area that you would need to look for ETH BTC outperformance, it's the 5,600 sats here. If you're able to reclaim this level, I think all of this to the upside will imply Ethereum sustain ETH BTC outperformance and possibly an altcoin season, because I would think that ETH BTC would carry most of the altcoins that have been lagging in the past 6 months. So interesting to see the first green day on a day like today. You know, usually when you get that kind of moves, and you've been watching ETH BTC just get wrecked, you would get most likely a red day today. You know, for example, Bitcoin would be up 12% and ETH will be up 8% or something like that, and you will get a 3 to 4% red candle today. But no, they didn't do that today, chat. They pumped BTC 12%, and they're pumping Ethereum almost 15%, which is ludicrous. This is insane. So I'm gonna go to USDT dominance getting wrecked today, down almost 10%. Bearish engulfing candle in the works. Will be confirmed in 15 more minutes. Going for the lowest daily candle close since August 2nd, and testing here this hard line of this ascending channel. So it got back inside of this ascending channel. You do have a setup here, an accumulation setup that we've been talking about. There's 3 rising valleys that got confirmed, and now you can clearly say that this 3 rising valleys had a throwback, because this is the breakout line here at 5.9%, and now price go below that level, that breakout level, and is going for a daily candle close below it. So what does Bulkowski says about throwbacks in this kind of accumulation patterns? Thomas Bulkowski says in his book Encyclopedia of Patterns, which where he has tested hundreds and hundreds of patterns and scenarios for hundreds of times. He says that when you have an accumulation pattern like this one, and you get a breakout like the one that you had here, you'll see This was the breakout line. You got the breakout. And now you're having a throwback with daily candle close below. Performance of this pattern usually gets hurt. So this pattern is not gonna perform. It's not gonna perform as well as if it didn't have this throwback. So that's great news, chat. Hold on one second. That's very good news for total market cap and for Bitcoin, because if you have a throwback, that diminishes the possibilities of this pattern playing out, or at least it hurts the target and the target and the measure move that it could have if it actually plays out. If you have this throwback, it's a great sign. This is really good. This is what you want to see when you have this low, higher low with a higher high, 3 rising valleys, breakout line, boom, you get a throwback. Maybe, hopefully not, you put in a higher low and then you go for the performance of the top of the pattern, which hopefully will be lower than having the throwback. Or maybe that was just it, you know, that wick there to the upside was just the whole performance of that accumulation pattern. And that's all that there is to this accumulation, and then just price is gonna, I don't know, fall below it and nuke, you know. That would be pretty sweet. I'm gonna turn up the, look at this weekly, chat. Look at this weekly on the USDT dominance, man. Look at this bearish hammer, massive bearish hammer. USDT dominance from the highs is down 19%, almost 12% from the highs, chat. And I want to turn on the Bollinger Bands. So you have compression also here in the Bollinger Bands. You have diminished volatility here being put on, and a failure to break out not once but twice, chat. This has consequences. Usually fake breakout or false breakouts have consequences, and those consequences imply a reversal move to the opposite side of the breakout. Okay? So hype in the chat, my man. Hype in the chat, everyone, for this massive bearish engulfing candle that's been holding on down here for the very last 2 hours. Hype in the chat for risk being on again. And everything was allowed here. I'm gonna do something that most of our crypto folks don't like that much. Get rid of this. We're going to talk about the SPX just for 1 minute, because it had a bullish engulfing candle today. This is the guy who's allowing all of this to happen. How do I get rid of this? Okay, whatever. So the SPX is allowing everything in here to happen with a bullish engulfing candle. And not only that, chat, it got back above this level, 5,268. This previous all-time high level that you were falling below it. It looked like it was over. Yesterday had a bearish engulfing candle and didn't catch any follow through. Instead, you reverted, had a bullish engulfing candle, losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, above 40 points level on the RSI, so back to neutral, no longer in the bearish control zone. So this is, BTC is reacting here to SPX getting propelled to the upside. So that's pretty dope, and maybe it's gonna go for these 2 gaps here on before pulling back all the way up to 5,400. And this is what's being allowed here on BTC. Basically, this is the magic right now. The SPX is allowing everything that's going on. So let's hope that it keeps that way and continues to grind higher. Let's take a look at Solana, because Solana was Sol BTC was red for some time today. Now it's pretty flat. It's up 12%, the same as BTC almost. Look at this candle, chat. We talked about being above 144 backs had consequences. Between 170 and 144, it's up and down territory. You'll see nothing really happens in between those levels. So you either go up or you either go down. And we had that reclaim yesterday with a daily candle close above it, and now you're just massively springing way above the daily 200 moving average. You're printing positive, not positive momentum yet, but you're printing weaker and weaker negative momentum on the MACD histogram, and you're at the 52 point level on the RSI, so you're neutral on the RSI. That's pretty dope. And you also have this. What do you have here, chat? If anyone guesses this one tonight, I'm gonna give them Pete Box brownie points. What's this? Can anyone tell me what are we looking at on the MACD histogram here on Solana USD? I'll give you a few seconds, chat. I know you got this. I know if you're a regular here, you already know what we're looking at here. I'm gonna give you guys a clue. You have a lower low on negative momentum, and you have a higher low on price. Anyone? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna keep you all waiting. I guess no one. All right, this chat here, it's hidden bullish divergence. And looks like it's going to be confirmed really soon, chat, because you're losing the negative momentum. And as soon as you print a positive momentum bar here, this hidden bullish divergence will be confirmed, where you have a lower low on the momentum. It means that the sellers tried their best here. Sellers did a lot of momentum trying to sell off this asset, and all they could do to the price was just a higher low. At least on the candle close, you know. So that's pretty rad. It implies continuation of the upside, of the uptrend. So next psychological target and technical target for Sol USDT is $170, and then 205, and then 215, and the next one is all-time highs at 260, I think, from the previous cycle here. Yeah, 260. So if BTC starts going, man, I think Solana will shine and will go to all-time highs. So let's take a look at Sol BTC. Sol BTC is flat today. It's up 0.1%, and 1 point it was red. So not doing much today. It did a lot on the previous day. So just having somewhat of the same performance as BTC today, being outperformed by Ethereum. But you have the same here, chat. And even a clearer one. You have a hidden bullish divergence on Sol BTC too. You have a lower low in the negative momentum and a higher low in price, which implies continuation of the trend, which is bullish. This is a bullish trend. You'll see higher highs and higher lows. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. When higher high, probably next. So yeah, exactly, Benz. It means lamp of time. And Sol ETH, man, for the ETH holders, I know you guys are gonna be pumped when we open up Sol ETH, because it's down 1.8%, having somewhat of a pullback. At one point, it was down even further. On one point, Sol ETH was down 4%, chat. So for now, printing somewhat of an indecision candle, a Darth Maul candle, nothing burger in my opinion, nothing to be concerned about if you're riding Sol ETH to the upside. Maybe you can print some bearish divergence, but you will need a stronger pullback. If you sell off tomorrow and start coming down, maybe to retest the breakout, maybe you'll get bearish divergence. Yeah, Benz, it's been hard, like since March. Price action has been pretty bad and hard to trade. Most of the altcoins are wrecked. Like if you bought any new altcoin that would, like in frothy conditions, would do good, they're wrecked, you know. So I think that BTC price discovery is gonna bring many good things to the altcoin space and to BTC, and I think it's gonna put on BTC back on the spotlight, and that's gonna be really good for our backs. It's what mostly everyone's been waiting for. So you do have that hidden bullish divergence on Sol ETH. On this case, this one's confirmed, as you can see here, because you're printing positive momentum on the MACD histogram. This is a hidden bullish divergence that got confirmed. So Sol BTC Sol ETH has better odds of continuing the uptrend rather than pulling back, based on the oscillators and based of this massive breakout here out of this all-time highs from 2021. But I do like that Ethereum's doing well too. Like, I think it's awesome that Solana's running, and also Ethereum and ETH Beta's running. I think that's great. It opens more opportunities for market participants, and it somewhat leaves behind the PvP scenario that we've been on, just really player versus player conditions. And if you get both a Sol and ETH rally, then I think it's really good for the market in general. And as you can see here of my watch list, there's plenty of double-digit gainers today. It's pretty wild. Camino, which is a Sol beta, it's up 40%, chat. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Okay, so Benz, if you want me to look at any altcoin or ticker that you would like, just let me know. I'm gonna pull it up, because we just look at Solana, Sol ETH, Sol BTC, Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance, and now we're gonna take a look at some altcoins, man. Pepe, it's a clear Ethereum beta. It's up 19%, chat, getting back above the daily 200 moving average. I don't have any kind of divergence here on the oscillators, because you have a lower low both in price and the negative momentum. So bearish convergence as for now. And on the RSI, you are at the 42 point level, so barely leaving the bearish control zone here and getting back above this daily 200 moving average. So I think the line in the sand for Pepe here is this level here at 913. This old neckline for this inverse head and shoulders, that you had a bullish back test here on May 21st. So you have this resistance. It was tested 3 times. You had the breakout, and then you had the massive spring out of this bullish retest. So I think that the area of interest here is flipping this level, because if I don't know if the market pukes or Ethereum rolls over, maybe you get somewhat of another lower high, and then you just you hurt the performance of this asset. But if you get back above it, maybe a bullish retest again, then I think Pepe, it's going to be really interesting and could give you somewhat of a structure to trade it. Because for now, you're just been reverting this downtrend, and you've been putting on lower lows and lower highs. But pretty sick day nonetheless. It's up 19%, so that's wicked. Punky, I don't know if you guys know Punky. Punky is somewhat like of a Pepe derivative, but it's on Sol. It's up 33% up on a daily. This is a small cap. It's like 200 million market cap, so take this with a grain of salt. But you did have the first 200 moving average test here on August 5th, and you held, and now you're just beginning to recover most of the downtrend. And what looks somewhat interesting here, I've seen this structure before. When you get equal lows here, somewhat of a confirmation low, then you have good chances of running all the way to the highs, to this area above here. And this is 50% away, chat. So if we're gonna talk about S coins, Punky's gotta be right in there with the performance today, up 30%. So daily candle close just closed, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna take a look at the daily, how it closed. This is my classic down sloping channel. And we closed right against the daily 200 moving average here, chat. Right, got sold off a little bit here. You can see this wick. There was some absorption above the daily 200, but nonetheless, we could get somewhat of a pullback here. I don't mind. This was a massive candle. I mean, I really would wish that we would just be recover, but I wouldn't mind a pullback, a confirmation low, a higher low, whatever. And we got back above this level, chat, here, the 50K area, 57K, my bad. This is a very real level and inflection point from 2021. You'll see here, you sold off big time the first time that you ran against it, and you created this complacency shoulder on the China mining ban, and then here also was regarded as resistance, and you had a massive puke when you were unable to sustain price above it. So I think it's really big that you also back tested it here as support. I think it's really big that you were able to reclaim that level today. I wouldn't mind a bullish back test to it. I don't care at all. But what I do want to show you guys, and I want to dubiously speculate on why this might turn into a B recovery. It's on the QQQs. I think we talked about this a few streams away. So yeah, I have it drawn here. So this was the Nasdaq from July to October of last year, and you can see the structure is pretty similar to what BTC has been doing. You know, higher high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, and another lower low, and then a B recovery, chat, all the way up to all-time highs. Check this out. All-time highs, small pullback, grind up. Look at the performance of it. So what if, just what if, chat, what if this is somewhat the same? Lower high, lower low, another lower high, final lower low, and then B recovery into all-time highs, small sell-off, continue upwards. Is that too much to ask? Let me know, chat, if I'm asking too much here with this bullish fractal from the QQQ of last year. Looks pretty similar, man, and it lasted almost the same. I think this one it's even. I think this one's even longer. This took like 160 days, and the Nasdaq took like let's check it out. I'm gonna tell you exactly how long it was. So from the high to a lower low was 100 days, man. So we've been accumulating or distributing for even longer, almost twice as longer. So you can expect that the breakout will be even bigger on BTC. I'm gonna pull it up here, because why not? Oh, this is a wiggly. You can see it here. High high, high high, higher low regarding the lows from before. Lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, and lower low. Look at what it did. Let's do the fractal, because why not? Okay, we're gonna fractal it, chat. We're gonna be pulling up fractals in here. Exactly, Benz. When price discovery, not if. Okay, bar pattern. Okay, we're gonna do the puke. I'm gonna copy this. Go back to BTC. Damn, this keyboard. Gotta get used to it. I'm gonna draw this real good, chat. Maybe like that. Think a little bit bigger. Okay, chat. If that, if this is what's going on, even quicker here. Something like that. Would you imagine the smell? We get something like that, chat? Right? So you just get everyone to say that's over. You put in a lower low in the chart, then you mean revert it almost to all-time highs. I mean, basically to all-time highs. The first pullback will be from 80K here, all the way down to 74K. Everyone calling for a deviation again, getting footed, you know, then run it up turbo, 90K. If this happens, I'm sure most of the people would come in here, retail showing up on BTC all over the news. This is BTCD rollover right here. On this pullback, Bitcoin would get hurt more than altcoins. From here would be just basically altcoins outperforming BTC all the way up to 100K. And if you know that on one impulse, for example, if we get this kind of move, and they take BTC all the way up to 90K, there are severe probabilities that they're gonna take it to 100K, because of a psychological reason. When people bid something or buy something at 9, they're also willing to buy it at 10. So that usually drives the price into, for example, from 90 cents to $1, from $9 to $10, from 90K to 100K. You get the point. So if they're able to get BTC at 90K, more likely than not, they're gonna push for 100K. And on that time, retail is gonna be here, altcoin money is gonna be here, insane valuations on the altcoin space. Hopefully, Bitcoin dominance roll over or downtrending on this entire move here, and that's when you might get a pullback. And also, chat, don't quote me on this one, but look at this P cycle top indicator. We're still below that orange EMA, so we have to battle with it. But it's pretty nice that when we dropped from here, that we were unable to sustain price above it. We're just really close against it again. So I think we're gonna flip it eventually. And why am I saying 100K too? Yeah, 100K is also psychological level for sure. But I'm not sure if we will get like a cycle top at 100K. I'm hoping we don't. I'm hoping we get like a large pullback, maybe from 100K to 80K, whatever, and then get chopped to pieces for 2 months or 4 months, and then possibly go for another run even higher, hopefully. But this is what this moving average, this green moving average, is at 100K to a T right now. 100K and $400. So, and you could think like, oh, Pete Bugs is just obsessed with the P cycle top indicator. Why he keeps talking about it or pulling this chart up? And I'm gonna tell you why, chat. Because when you go to 2016 and 2017, which this market I think is pretty similar to, you'll see here how well the green EMA was respected as resistance. On each rally against it, you sold off at it or a little bit below it. So I think if we get, it's gonna depend on how quick the move is. If we get like a move to 100K within like 2 months, then yeah, I think it's gonna sell off from there for sure. If it take us like 5 months to get there, then yeah, maybe we're not gonna sell off that hard. And eventually, hopefully, what I think we'll get, the real blow off top, will be when we break out of the green EMA and go for a parabolic blow off top, maybe local blow off top, come back down, and if actually the orange EMA hold on again, maybe you get another rally into insane price discovery. This is just me being hopeful, by the way. Don't get that excited, but it's always funny to it's always fun to have crazy targets, you know. Look at how they did it on 2016 and 2017, chat. Look at what they did. That actually left the P cycle top indicators EMAs way below, and they just went at it, right? And for just a quick session, I'm gonna go back to the high time frame that we talked about yesterday. If you tune in, the 6 month just looks so promising, and it's why I also think that we have confluence on massive price discovery for BTC, somewhat similar to 2016, because we have the same technicals now. And look at this, chat. This 6 month doesn't look as bad as yesterday. Yesterday, this 6 month candle was like here, down here. They pretty much absorbed most of all of the selling by now. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You had the highest 6 month close here on 2016. You had a bullish engulfing candle coming out of the bear market. Then 3 white soldiers. This is a pattern of 3 consecutive green candles, plus highest 6 month close in history. Look what they did here. Bullish engulfing candle coming out of the bear market. 3 white soldiers pattern, and highest 6 month close in history. So it's the same. It's like the same, dude, than 2016. It's a copycat. I don't know who's doing it, but they're doing it. And look at the performance afterwards. Look at this 2 6 month candles, man. A full year of just a BTC going to the sky. So I expect somewhat the same for the next 6 months to 12 months. Maybe a couple blow off tops would be nice, but basically we're all gonna be rich, chat. That's what I think. Okay, let's take a look at a few altcoins on the daily time frame, because there were some insane gainers today besides Pepe. So I talk about a little bit of ETH beta, which is Pepe. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about Sol beta, which is Jito here. So Jito went for the highest daily candle close since August 1st, and it closed right against resistance here, $2.70. This inflection point from early this year. So I think if you get back about that level, it's really promising here. You could go top $3.58. This hard line here, which I think is definitely the level to break if you wanted to see price discovery in this asset. But this is just basically Solana on steroids, chat. Like if you're like holding ETH or Solana, and if you want to maybe get some more volatile or more risky exposure, then you need to look for assets that trade better than Solana when they have good days, or better than Ethereum when they have good days, because more likely than not they're going to outperform Solana in that case. So look at this, chat. Look at this hitting bullish divergence here on the MACD on Jito. This is massive. You have a higher low here, a clearly discernible higher low, like no doubt about it, on Jito, and that you have a lower low on the negative momentum. So sellers really tried on this one. the best thing they could come up with was a higher low, not even an equal low down here on $1.65 on 85 cents, but a higher low. So that's pretty dope. Okay, let's pull up some altcoins. Sui had an insane day today. Look at this bullish Marubasu candle. Had the highest daily candle close since July 21st, chat. Closed the day 37% gain on Sui. My God, man. My God. And you have a bullish harmonic here, a massive bullish harmonic with a type 2 return. This is a dream setup here. This is a picture perfect TA. When you have this big of a harmonic here with a type 2 return, the targets are here in the chart. You can see them, this inflection points, but the full target or the last target for this kind of harmonic will be $2.17 here. Basically the top of the harmonic range. So hype in the chat for Sui, man. And you didn't have any kind of divergence on the oscillators. You just had bearish convergence, but you're printing positive momentum on the MACD histogram again, and you are at the 60-point level on the RSI. So you're just entering the bullish control zone on this asset. This layer one outperformed any other layer one today. This was the best performing layer one today, and there's nothing that can rival it. Like a 35% plus gain on Sui today. So I don't know. It's not that I like the network. I've used it and I don't know. It's smooth and whatever. But it's not that different from Solana or from, I don't know, any other fast layer one. And it's cheap too. But I don't know. Just going with the technicals, man. There's something here. There's definitely something here. You have this massive harmonic plus a retest to a critical inflection point. I think I've been talking about Sui for the past week, and look what they did, man. I didn't even have time to position myself because I didn't think they would do this like this on just a one daily candle close, So pretty rad. That's one I got to look at. What else, chat? Let me know if you want to look at any coins. So XRP didn't have quite the gains that it had yesterday, but it had like a 5% gain today. 3% because it had a massive rally yesterday. So I've seen this way too many times. Like you get a massive spike on Ethereum on XRP because of a news-driven event, and everyone buys it, and then you get a massive day on other coins the day after. Basically, the whole market rips, and XRP outperforms because it became a crowded trade, and everything else that was not crowded they just pump, and everyone who bought here today. They were today like, oh my God, I should have bought like Pepe, I should have bought this, I should have bought Sui, and I bought XRP, and I'm even down from when I bought, I'm losing money. So XRP might get some follow through on the very next few days if it's actually real, but anytime that you see a massive pump like the one that yeah, exactly, Benz. Like for example, XRP did had a pullback today, not very large, but what I'm trying to say is that when you have a massive day like the one that Sui bought today, rarely you'll get another 2-digit candle on the day after. Like you sometimes get somewhat of a consolidation because everyone starts chasing, and then when the coin has turned irrelevant once again, or it doesn't have all the market's eye on it, like a few days after, it's when you get the price action that you were waiting for. So it's very dangerous to chase when you get that kind of price action, but it's definitely worth adding to your watch list to see if you get an opportunity to get in if you're liking the price action. Let's take a look at let's see Caspa. Caspa has been quite the performer for this cycle. So Caspa had a bullish engulfing candle today. It had an 11% gain today and had the highest daily candle close since August 3rd, and it bounced here on the hard line of this ascending channel. Remember, chat, Caspa has been on this channel, if I measure it from the top here, for 263 days, chat. My God, range traders must have been making a killing on this range here. But yeah, Caspa, for the ones who don't know, it's a proof of work layer 1 that had somewhat of a how can I put it, fair launch, if you could say so. I do know it was pre-mined by some people, but I don't think it had I don't think it had that many insiders on it. So market has been liking it, as you can see. I think it launched last year, and people like it because it's a proof of work. And every other coin, it's any other new layer 1 right now, it's like proof of time, proof of work, proof of whatever. This is like OG, like the new Bitcoins, what people have been saying. And then you can actually buy altcoins in here. KRC20 coins. I haven't gotten into the ecosystem. I have not checked it out yet, but I don't know. This it's pretty wild that they're holding it here, and you don't have any kind of divergence here on the oscillators. You are at the 47-point level on the RSI, so this is neutral regarding the oscillators, but you're putting higher highs and higher lows. That's for sure. You went into price discovery just before the meltdown on July 31st, the highest price action ever on Caspa, and also the highest daily candle close. I have a meme coin to utility index here on Solana. So this is WIF plus Bonk plus Bonky against Radium, Jupiter, and Jito. And this is how it looks. What do you make of it, chat? Do we like it or not? Looks like it's bouncing, you know? You have bearish confluence on the oscillators, 45-point level on the RSI. So this is like my index for meme coins against utility, at least on Sol. Can give me a clue on what the market might be picking next, but I don't really have an structure here going on. I could pull up some levels here, but this is definitely a level here. To the upside, yeah, this is real too. Mid-range there, but that would be pretty much it, chat. Like, I don't have any kind of a. So you did had a lower low here, that's real, and you did had a lower high regarding this high here. So you could maybe, if you were to examine the daily trend, you could argue that memes are downtrending against utility on Solana as for now. All right. We talked about Jito. I'm not gonna take a look at ordinals. Let's take a look at Ondo. Let's take a look at what Ondo did here. Had a massive bullish engulfing candle, like most of the other coins, as 17% gainer today. Wow. Highest daily candle close since August 2nd. Losing negative momentum on the MACD histogram, although it's still at the 39-point level on the RSI, so it's on the bearish control zone. Man, look at this capitulation here on Undo, and why am I interested in this coin? Because it's been pumping and doing higher highs and higher lows for quite some time. Now you did have a massive lower low here, so you might be breaking bullish structure, but for any price action prior to June 5th, this coin had been ripping. I've been killing it, you know. So next psychological target for on those $84. I mean 84 cents, and from then it's $1.10. From 84 cents to $1.10, there isn't much price action. It's pretty inefficient. So I would think if you are able to reclaim 84 cents, you'll be going to $1.10 really, really fast. Okay, chat. What else? So we talked about Sui. I'm not gonna look at boomer coins today. Dimension was doing something interesting past few days. You do have a bullish divergence here in the MACD histogram where you have a higher low on price. And I mean a higher low on the histogram on the negative momentum. I mean, is it really? No, it's not. My bad, chat. It's just bearish confluence. But today you had a bullish engulfing candle, actually at 19% gain on dimension. Man, people who bought this on perps or traded futures with layer ones today made bread, man. They made a killing today. Spot buyers of dimension have just been getting wrecked ever since this complacency shoulder on March 28th. Quite the downtrend. So this is what I was talking about. This was a freshly launched coin, had all the hype in the world, modularity this, modularity that, but man, from all-time highs, dimension is down 84%, chat. Wrecked. Completely wrecked. How can you have projects losing 84% of their value, like new projects, legitimate, quote unquote, legitimate projects losing 84% in just 170 days? So that's not a bull market. So my guess is that when ETH BTC goes above 5,600 sats and start flying, that's when everything like this kind of coins, that's when all of the layer ones, BC coins, whatever, just everything that's been turbo nuking is gonna catch mad bit. That's my guess. Okay, let's talk about WIF, because why not? So WIF as a Solana meme coin, I'm sure you've heard of it. The hat stays on, dog with have, yada yada yada. So you reclaim $1.84, so that's pretty nice. You had quite the performance today too. You closed the day on an 18% gain, highest daily candle close since August 1st. And I don't have any kind of divergence here on the oscillator. It's just a bearish convergence. And this looks pretty similar to the meme coins, again, utility index, right? When I charted meme coins against utility on Sol, it looks pretty much like this. When you have a lower low here, a good recovery, although, but a lower low, lower highs, lower highs. So it's hard to, like, if I'm looking on purely a technical level, I'm gonna need to see a higher low, chat. I want a higher low before getting excited. From here, from whenever, like you could pull it up here, or from even higher. Like, you know how crypto goes. Crypto just starts going and maybe doesn't put in the higher low until here. But this is your signal here. If you were going to do it on a technical level, you need a higher low. You need to break market structure to the upside. Give a higher low and then a higher high, and then you can get excited with something that looks like this, because otherwise this is downtrending on daily time frame, and you're at the casino basically if you're looking to bid something here and pray. And here on the Big Bucks channel, that's not our style. We like to look for probabilities and have an edge on the market. Anyone who tells you something that he knows that's going to happen is bullshitting you. No one knows, and this is just a probabilities game, and you need to look for probabilities being on your favor. Some people do it with insider trading, but that's illegal. So most of the normals and people who behave well just like to look for probabilities on TA, and that's what we do here. We have a framework. We look for critical inflection points. We look for patterns that have been studied by geniuses for over 100 years, way more intelligent than me. That they have written books about it, and they give you the probabilities of a specific structure playing out some way or the other. And sometimes it's like a minimal margin probability. It's sometimes going to be a 60% probability on your favor. But if you add, for example, confluence with a critical level being backtested, plus bullish divergence on the RSI and both the MACD, plus I don't know, somewhat of a confluence with volume and all that thing, then maybe you could have a 70% of a pattern playing out on your favor, and you position yourself being close to a stop loss, so you position yourself with minimal risk and maximum upside. That's what we try to do here. We don't try to sell clicks or gaslight or whatever. We just try to keep it real, and being real with you here. I don't have anything to do being long on WIF here. Crypto Twitter might tell you otherwise, might tell you hat stays on, whatever is a good meme. I agree. It's gonna be shielded by Ansem and by some other crypto Twitter dudes. But on the technical side of things, there isn't much that I can do on WIF right now. And I'm sure there are better meme coins on Solana that look better than this one. For example, this is a small cap, so do your own research. There's a coin named Mumu on Dex Screener. I'm not gonna pull it up, but it looks way better than WIF. It actually has a higher low and higher highs. So yeah, that's pretty much it for meme coins for me today, chat. But quite the day, man. I was super stoked to come up live, share the charts with you. Finally getting some relief out of that dump that we had the past 7 days, and I think the future is really bright. That's just my wild guess, I don't develop any kind of expectations, because us as traders, we don't expect anything. We on this channel, we go by the Mark Douglas rules, the Trading in the Zone book rules, which is it's just another trade. You cannot expect anything. It's just a probabilities game. You go in, you have you set your stop loss, you set your take profit, and that's it. And you let go of the emotional side of things. So having that said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. It was pretty dope to see a little bit of a bigger audience today. Appreciate if you smash the like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed, you can always subscribe now and turn on the notification button for when I go live. But just as a quick reminder for you guys, I go live every day, Monday through Friday, at around 7 p.m. Eastern time, so we can look at the daily candle close, which closes at 8 p.m. So without further ado, I'm gonna leave you guys tonight. Hope you have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.